Hello and welcome to ABAW the Week. This is episode 2 of this month. Last week we built this house, and this week we'll be building on this plot behind me. Now you may be thinking, Flip, that's 2 different houses, and you would be kind of wrong and right at the same time. We're going to be connecting these with a little bridge like this, which will be arching over the path. We will be using the same color palette as last week, but this week, instead of a house, we will be building a little shop. The plan is, this is going to be the shop part, and the other building will be a little living quarters for the owner. Let's dive right in.
Alright, so I just finished the framing. As you can see, we've got one smaller bit, and... oh shoot.
Hi, I hope you can hear me better now. I've just realized that my microphone was not on correctly. Alright, well, I may re-record the intro, but yeah. Anyways, so I've just gotten the framing finished. As you can see, we've got one smaller bit right over here. And then the wider house has a bit of this frosting. I think it's ended up quite big, which may need to be changed. Hello again. As you can see, I have basically finished most of the exterior. Since you last saw me, I did rework the entire roof. I'm sure I showed everything in a time lapse, but yeah. Alright, here's our little overview, basically. So we've got our main shop here, and then the little living quarters bit here. I added lots of windows, and there's also windows under here. I thought this kind of looked like one of the shutters bits is closed and the other one's open. And over here, there's nothing. We've got windows pretty much on all sides. And yeah, I don't think I put any windows over here or like in the hill or whatever. If I want to do windows over here, I'll probably do them while I'm doing interiors if I want to add them. But yeah. And then we've got this little bridge leads across. And these doors, I'm planning on putting the floor height here this time. So I think I'll have to have a little landing for them, and then on the other side I'll probably just have stairs, because I have plenty of space for a landing on this side. But on this side, not so much space, so I'll probably just have like this and then stairs. And then we've also got these I've also got a back door here, and the main entrance is going to be over here. Yeah. Oh, and as for this big flag, this thing is going to stay, but I don't know if it's going to stay a flag. I might put something else there instead. Yeah. Alright, it's time to get started on interiors. So, as always, the first step to interiors is going to be sectioning off rooms and stuff. So, first off, as I just said, I'm going to put the ceiling, or the top floor bit up here. And I'll have a small landing area for these doors. And then we'll have another floor right here that will be that will be closed off. So this will be a loft. And then up here we'll have a attic space that we can use that'll be like storage. Okay, let's get a flooring in here. So for this ground floor, I'm gonna use beehives, because the top has this little texture. It's quite smooth and nice, and I've put it in a checkerboard pattern. I don't know why, but I'm a huge fan of checkerboards. Get a proper ceiling in. So for this ceiling, it does have to be a wood or stone type that has slabs. This part's gonna be slabs. Oh, this could be a different color. I kind of want it to be a dark ceiling. I am finished. We finished our exterior a while ago, and I'll go over everything in a second. And I just finished my interior. Usually I would probably talk a little more, but I ended up just putting on a YouTube video and doing it. So there's probably going to be commentary or whatever. I haven't edited it yet, but you know, you'll see. Hopefully you liked it better. So now that we're done, it's time to do our little tour. So first up, the outside. We've got our main shop here and our smaller living quarters right here. Got just one window on this side and pretty plain everywhere else, including the back. Also got this side, which isn't very visible, but it is there. Okay, and then over here, I have my big flag. I would probably put like a shop sign on it, but it is in fact Pride Month, and I did want to include something somewhere. So this is my rainbow flag for Pride Month. Be happy. I wanted it to look better, but I couldn't really come up with a better design, so it's a little thrown together, but I like it. No purple because honestly, Minecraft purple wool is horrible in my personal opinion. So no purple, which is sad because purple is one of my favorite colors. It's like all the flowers on me are purple. Anyways. Yeah, so we've of course got our white base and our spruce wood for everything else. We've got our little train here, or trim here, which will probably be continued on the final building, which will be out next week. And yeah, our shutters, same style as the last house, but you know, different mostly on the inside. I tried to include lots of flower boxes. When looking at reference photos, I found them over the place. I did end up with only one, or only two. Alright, let's head inside. And we've got our little shop interior. So, we've got our plant in the corner, a little desk, which I imagine you would have somebody standing behind and taking money and stuff. We've got a little lamp to help out with lighting. And of course, we've got our little ceiling lamp. I like this design. It's alright. It's not amazing, like you can see the top of the frog light from up here, but you know, it's pretty good. I did put some pictures up. Okay, and then in here, we've got all of our shelving. So we're selling some books, it looks like. A little flower pot. Not sure if they'd be selling this or if this is just out for decoration, but it's here. We're selling some clothing, which you can also see with the banner. And I did put banners up for a little bit of extra color and interest. I think they could be posters or clothes or whatever. And then over here we've got our amethyst, cookies, empty chest and barrel, but would probably have products in it if I was not lazy. And then of course little boxes up here with just some extra stuff. Maybe they're selling the boxes, maybe it's just got extra product in it that is meant to go on the shelf later, but is like overflow or whatever. Some bread, honey, another flower pot, and then also our plant in the corner. And just in case you don't know, this is made of decorated pot, a normal flower pot with an azalea bush, and then 2 leaves on top. You can do it with 1 leaf as well, but I find that 2 just looks better. Oh, by the way, my choice for inside, I have picked a darker roof or ceiling because I think it makes this a little less bright. I think if I went with another bright color, it would look like too much. But yeah. Alright, so headed up these, which I have these trapdoors as little, maybe railings or something. They just kind of section off the stairs. And then we're on to our second floor. We got a few paintings around. And you can see they've got extra stuff up here. Pretty much just paintings, another flower pot. Most people wouldn't really come up here, but you can. There's extra stuff. And then this way is to the next room, but first we're gonna go upstairs. And these would probably both be off limits. It probably needs an off limit sign here, but I'm out of time, so I can't really change anything now. But anyways, I think it looks fine the way it is anyways. But yeah, we've got 2 extra shelves and this window over here. But yeah, we got 2 extra shelves, some more storage, presumably for whatever they're selling. And a little lamp, which is just kind of here. It's not necessarily necessary, but it is probably just in storage. And then we're gonna head on to the next room. Real quick, I just wanted to point these out. So these are just lever, end rod, chain, and then again. And then if you have not 3 spots, you can just do the end rods together. The chain is just because if I put an end rod here, this base is gonna have to go somewhere, and I think it looks kind of dumb that way, so got a chain instead. Alright, let's move into the next area. So this is off limits besides for the owner, who obviously lives here. And then here's our little bridge, so you can look outside. It's got a roof, so if it's raining or whatever, you're fine. And then you got a little walkway. It has campfires that have been burnt out. I think they're a cool texture. It didn't work as well because these two are both slabs and this one's stairs, so I couldn't put them there, but yeah. Alright, in here it's somewhat empty, but I think it's nice anyways. We've got first off, we got this kitchen area. It's got food and stuff. I could probably put like a table somewhere, but there wasn't a lot of space because this corner has the ladder down and that corner has a lamp in it, which I couldn't really put anything else there anyways. Yeah. And then upstairs, it's just a little loft like you can see up there. But yeah, upstairs, we just have an extra little storage space. Okay. Struggles to get up a ladder. Got an extra little storage space, some paintings, and some boxes, and yeah, that's pretty much it up here. And then headed downstairs again, or all the way downstairs to the lowest floor, we've got our little bedroom. So this has a back door, but I think most of the time they would go through the shop, so it doesn't really matter where this door comes out. Yeah, got a little landing made of jungle wood, and then our flooring, which has 2 bits of barrels, which is actually under here, but I just covered these. And then we've got this little bed up against the wall, which is a day bed, and which I made with just shelves on either side, as you can probably see. Got another little plant to help freshen the air up. Shelves, which one of them has a book on it. I discovered that item frames, when they've been made invisible, which I'm using the armor stand mod for, by the way, when they're made invisible, you can put another block in the same block as them. So I've got the shelf on the same, technically in the same block space, which wouldn't be possible with the normal item frame. But yeah, and we got just some plants and stuff, and yeah, it's a pretty cozy room. A little lamp in the corner. You kind of have to go under the shelf to get to the ladder, but I think that's fine. And then we've got one major light, and this is where the landing is for the second floor, so it had to jet down a little bit, and I thought it looked better with the trapdoors because then it kind of gives us some separation and depth and stuff. So that's our tour. Pretty much finished. Well then, that is all for today. Have a great day. I would love if you enjoyed the video, please like and maybe consider subscribing. We'll have our next video next week, which will be doing this lodge. That is my current idea. I don't know if that is final. It should be, but you know, I might change my mind, so don't hold me to it. If you have any suggestions or tips, whether that is for video making, editing, tutorials, or whatever that you'd like to share, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I think you can't post links, but you can put channel names or video name in there. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I shall see you next week. Bye!